now for Oregon State?
Another week, man. Another week. Another big week. Rival week. End of the game. End of the season week on the road. Another good week. Obviously, a little bit different playing on a Friday, so your schedule changes a little bit. Fluctuating that a little bit. But other than that, back to business.
What's your take on Travis's performance on the weekend?
Did a really nice job. I think you guys asked that last week on what we thought of Dye and his maturity, and I think he had a really good game. Did a really nice job. Again, for a young guy to do what he did and continue to do what he did and progress, it says a lot about, first of all, who he is, and then secondly about how much we trust him. He did a really nice job. Continue to develop. It's going to show a lot of promise.
Is it move up prep a day, say that, or is there a lot more that goes into preparing for a Friday game than just kind of trying to alter your schedule a little bit?
Yeah, I mean the whole thing, the whole week shifts. So yeah, it's a little bit front loaded because you go straight out of a game on a Saturday at what I think some of you guys left here probably 3 a.m. or something, right? You got home then, so your Sunday's a Monday, so it's like you're right back on it. But there's just two, so just standard for that.
Beavers have shown this season how they don't give up even when they're down. How important will it be for you guys to play all 4 quarters on Friday?
Yeah, I think it's important for us to play all 4 quarters, just for obviously for us first of all. We've got to have a game where we go out and continue to battle from front to back, and attribute to them how they've played, but more than anything, we just kind of be very intrinsic in the way we look at it and trying to evaluate how we can go through a start of a game to the end of the game and really put 2 halves together. It's important for us.
Brady said you guys have had a couple speakers come in this week to just kind of talk about the rivalry and just what it means. Like, why, a lot of times teams take like that every opponent's the same mentality. Why is that important this week to kind of address that a little bit and talk about it?
Well, I think when you've got guys that are decorated, some of those guys we've had a chance to listen to, I mean, it's important to hear how they saw this week. I think that's the passion, the pageantry of college football. That's a little bit different, and I think that it's important for our guys to hear how important it is to our community. Every game is a game you want to go into and say this is how you win a game, but there's some that like this that are a little bit different, and we're fortunate to be part of one that's really, really special, and I think that bringing in speakers like that helps our guys get a feel for that.
Thanksgiving question for you. What's the most overrated Thanksgiving dish?
Mashed potatoes.
Overrated?
Yes.
Okay, what's underrated?
Green beans.
If Herbert was a dish, what would he be?
The biggest turkey you can find.
Why is that?
Because he's huge. He's just massive. He just is, and then his hair is the next part about it. I mean, that's just added to his overall girth.
Hey, Coach, I think a lot of fans think that the perception was the first half against Arizona State was a lot of creativity, different formations. Maybe that wasn't true. That was the perception. The second half, not as much creativity. I hear that all the time, but maybe that's not true. Could you?
Yeah, no, we didn't change the game plan in the second half. We just got to execute. Did a really nice job in the first half. That's what happens. You get in rhythm, and guys get in rhythm, and you can play with the tempo we want and do the things we want to do, But you get a little bit out of sorts, and we don't execute, and you can sometimes step on your own tail, And we got to make sure that we're executing at a high level. And when we do, it looks like it's supposed to look. But that's just like everything else. I think everyone says the same thing, regardless of what kind of offense you run. When you get in rhythm and you can move the chains and guys and you can distribute the ball around, and I think that's what we did, and we've got to make sure we did a really thorough job of making sure we understood how we did what we did in the first half, and that we didn't go and just throw away the game plan and find another game plan. You can't do that. I mean, that was the same call sheet. So it was just go and execute, and we've got to do that. It's been over the course of the year, been ebbs and flows in certain times, but our goal is to come out and execute every time. And I think the first half was good for our guys to get on. Good for our guys to get in rhythm that way and see that. And we've got to go out there and try to do it again.
Dylan's very close to the program single-season record for receiving. He's only about 30 yards shy. You've had a couple of 1,000-yard receivers in your career, Washington, Allen. Where does he start to rank for you of receivers you've seen?
Dylan's done a really nice job. You compare him to the Keenans and Marvins and Washingtons and Mike Evans and those guys that had those big years. And they're all different, but Dylan does some special things, man. He does some real special things, and I think he's ultra competitive. All those guys are ultra competitive. All those guys have a passion for the game that's something that's rare. And, excited to see how Dylan continues to progress, and he's done that. And I think that's the part that's most exciting. I didn't really even know the numbers. I still don't. I don't know if we're ever interested in that. I think that the evolution of how he's come together with the offense and how we've used him a little bit and distributed the ball, and just proud of the way he's continued to do it. And we need to keep doing it. We need to keep doing it. Need another week here, and obviously you had a good day today, and then we need another couple days and get out and roll.
Coach, in terms of running back snaps, do you go into a game with a preconceived notion how you're going to distribute those snaps amongst the guys, or are you deciding on a game during the game who to leave in and who to substitute?
Yeah, there's no preset number, but right now, I think the thing that at all positions for us is making sure we can't set a number because we got some guys that we're banged up almost everywhere. If I said, hey, we're going to do this, all of a sudden, guy takes a hit like CJ took a hit in the ribs and knocked the wind out of him. That prescribed number may get thrown off, but we're in a steady rotation in a lot of things with those guys, and they've done a really good job by committee. And we'd like them all getting touches and like them all in certain packages, and I think that's been good for us. I think that, but we're not afraid to let them all touch it. We've showed that, but there's no set exact plan on certain numbers. No.
Speaking of random Thanksgiving question for our station, if you were to categorize each position group by a Thanksgiving food item, what would it be?
Good Lord. Well, you got probably the meat and potatoes. Your ham's your O-line. Your turkey, I already called Herbert the turkey, so I guess that's there. Outside, you got your green beans and the wideouts. Backs are probably your, God, what else is on the table usually? I don't really know where the backs would kind of stick. Yeah, probably, well, you got stuffing, right? We're not a big stuffing thing at our house, so I don't really know who'd fit the stuff. It's probably the D-line. Yeah, your pumpkin pie. No one wants to be pumpkin pie, let's be honest. Yeah, your sweet, I'm a sweet potato guy, so I'll give that to the backs. I think the backs, they're where my heart's at, so. It's good week, man. It's a good week for Thanksgiving. A good week to enjoy that and be thankful for what we got. I think that's a great opportunity to do things like that, and we're making sure we consider that, but while we still put our best foot forward here in this game.
Statistically, I know you don't pay attention to numbers like you just said, but Justin's road numbers and Pac-12 road starts have been really good. Hasn't really translated into a lot of wins. What do you think the next step is there?
I think more than anything is us being able to execute on the road. I think it's hard to have. I don't know what the stats are, and we're not interested in it. But I think just speaking off that is hard to be really successful when you're just off, when you're out of rhythm in any way. We're out of rhythm in the second half and here at home, and if you don't put yourself behind this chains, you don't do things to beat yourself, you don't turn the ball over. I mean, those things will come. It goes back to the old Bill Walsh's. I mean, the score will take care of itself. It really will. We say that a lot. We just got to do the things that give us a chance to do so, and not do those other parts. So I think Justin's he's had a good week, and I know he's excited to play, and as is the whole unit.